So hello and welcome back to Vlogmas. Yay, it's Vlogmas. How is everybody doing? How is your holiday season going? Um, I do have to say a huge thank you to Daniel yet again for reminding me that there are a lot of holidays during this whole season. And I'm trying to think of a really good, maybe like Hanukkah craft that I can do. I'm gonna keep on looking on those. I kind of celebrate the season in a much more secular way. I like all the pageantry, but it's really interesting to look at all of the holidays that occurred during the month of December. I mean, you've got Christmas, obviously. That's the big one, at least in the United States. But there's Festivus, which is a very secular holiday that I don't really know much about. There's, of course, Yule and Longest Night, which is more of a kind of pagan tradition. There's Saturnella, which is ancient Greek or Roman. I mean, there's a whole lot, which is why I just sort of embrace it. Oh, and I can't forget there's also Kwanzaa, which is another one I don't know a lot about other than knowing that it exists. I knew people back in school who celebrated Kwanzaa, and I'm ashamed to say I never really asked them much about it. So that's something I'm going to have to like remedy. So yeah, but how is everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing good. It's been a week. It hasn't really been a bad week, but the snow that I was so happy had completely missed us hit us. And I'm sure you saw, or maybe you didn't, and in which case you can go back in the Vlogmas playlist that I'm making and watch me shoveling the snow because my snowblower decided it was going to be a no blower. It's still being a no blower. So we've shoveled twice. Thankfully, we didn't get pounded with the snow that they got just north of us that kind of started Thanksgiving week. Um, they've got so much snow to the north of us, and it kind of makes me a little bit sad. I was hoping for a December that was more like last year, which was unusually warm. And honestly, I should be, and I am celebrating the fact that we aren't quite in the drought that we were. I mean, the snow is needed. It will help refill the lake. But selfishly, I was kind of hoping that they weren't going to get pounded just to the north of me, because I remembered when I started doing this whole Vlogmas thing that I have the perfect place that is about 50 or 60 miles north and a little bit west of me, and there's not much to it. It's just literally a wide spot in the road. But there's a town north and west of me that is called Christmas. It's Christmas, Michigan. And I remember going through it as a kid. And there used to be a giant Santa and a giant Mrs. Claus. The last time I was through there, Mrs. Claus is the only one that's left. And the only other thing that they had when I was a kid was a gas station, and I think they have a post office, which I always thought would be kind of fun. You go mail all your cards from Christmas, Michigan, and then, everybody's getting letters from Santa from Christmas. Now they have a casino and a gas station, and they used to have a flea market that I always meant to stop at, and I never did. So I'm kicking myself for that, because the last time I went through the flea market was closed. So dang it. But they have a casino there, which doesn't really interest me. I don't like gambling. I I've been to Las Vegas once. It was for a destination wedding, and I I think I took 20 bucks and fed it to the slot machines. I don't drink, so that part of the casino doesn't interest me, and I don't gamble, so I was like, if maybe I heard that the casinos up here that are on the reservations, if I heard maybe that they were super cheap just to give myself a night out, maybe that would be tempting. But even then, you probably are required to gamble or something. I don't know. I'm a homebody, which you guys probably have noticed. I do still want to try to get back out to Kitchen to Kippy, which is the big spring, so that we can go out there for a trip and just look at it being all snowy and absolutely serene and beautiful. I was going to do it when I went to town yesterday, and the roads were just too bad. I'm hoping that maybe we get just a little tiny break in the snow so that the plows can get back there and at least get some of it done. And then, I can walk the rest of the way in. But I was like, I love YouTube and I love you guys, but I'm not going to wreck my car for you. I know, I'm selfish. It's terrible. Anyway, I actually have a craft for you tonight that we can do sitting right here, I hope, crossing my fingers. And it's another one that you could probably do with kids. I mean, you would have to do some supervising depending on their age. And it's using toilet paper rolls or paper towel rolls or, whatever cardboard tubing you have. So I'm going to try to flip the camera and actually make it so you guys can see what I'm doing. It might be reversed because I'm going to flip the camera and kind of angle it weird so you can kind of see my hands. But fingers crossed that this actually works. All right, this is really awkward. I don't know how the art YouTube people do this. They probably have a better camera setup, but what you're going to want to do is you are going to want to flatten out your toilet paper roll. Make it as flat as you can. And then you're just going to draw a Christmas tree. These are little Christmas trees. So you're just going to basically sketch on your Christmas tree, And you could probably have the kids do this, depending on their age. You could even do a little template if you want. And I like to do just a very basic Christmas tree, just the 3-tier. We're going to go in there and then put that third layer on there. Just like that. You want this one to go all the way to the edge of your toilet paper roll. And then just kind of do your little trunk. And then you're going to do just a stand. So this could be like, for a Christmas tree in the home or whatever. So there we go. Doesn't look very impressive at all, does it? Not really. But the next step is you're going to cut it out. So the easiest way that I found to do it is kind of just cut the base. Do all your straight cuts first, and then you can do all of your angled cuts. At least that's how I did it on my finished product, which is what I will show you guys here in a minute. So you're just going to go ahead, cut on through. Now, I do end up painting the finished one that I have to show you. And I wasn't sure if it would be easier to have painted it maybe before. But looking at it, I don't know. I painted it once I got it cut out, and I feel like that just worked better. But again, you can do this however you and whatever kids that you are with would like to do. And I mean, I keep saying that this would be a good craft to do with kids. You don't have to do it with kids. I honestly am kind of impressed with how this turned out. And I'm not hating on it. It looks kind of neat. All right, we're going to cut out this little base. This was the trickiest part for me, was making this cut. It might work better with an X-Acto knife, but I didn't pull my X-Acto knife up here, and I honestly just now thought about it. All right, I want this to be a little bit thinner. Sorry if I'm making anybody seasick. Hopefully I'm not. This is the first time I've tried doing this kind of in a one-take situation, because, yeah, it seems to be working. All right, and I like how I just heard a piece go flying. That's okay. It just gives me something to clean up here in a few minutes after I am done with this video. And then you're just going to cut through all the way to the top. Make sure that all of your little cuts look good. You know, you don't want any weird raggedy edges. Cut down to there. There we go there. We're going to make this cut right here. I think the neatest thing about these is they really do stand up. You could make a whole little village of Christmas trees, and it would look really, really cute. I also think that it would look really cute if you, like maybe if you're doing it with little kids, have them paint on decorations, because that would look just really, really neat. I say really far too much. Sorry about that. You know, you don't realize the weird little affections that you have in your speech until you start doing YouTube and realize, wow, I say that way too much. And then you try to stop it and you realize that you just aren't stopping it well. So once you're done with that, you just pop it out, and I cut through, but you just pop it out, and even if you do cut all the way through, it still works as a little 3D stand-up Christmas tree. And I will show you what it looks like when it's all done after I show you the next little craft. Let me do a little cleanup here, and we will move on to the next one. So there's our little Christmas trees. Now the next one, you're going to take your toilet paper roll. You're going to, again, flatten it out. All right. And this one, I am going to cut into 9 strips, hopefully. 9 seemed to be the number that I liked for what I ended up with. So that's 2, 3, 4, and it doesn't matter the thickness on them, really. 5, 6, that gets so much harder. 7, and one more cut will give us 9 little toilet paper strips. All right. Now you might be asking, what are we doing with 9 toilet paper strips? Well, what you're going to do is you pinch each end and kind of just give them a little like that. All right. So you could actually turn that into a candle flame if you wanted to, but that is not what we're doing with this. But we're just going to do our little thing like that. And we're going to take 6 of them and make them into the cute little teardrop shapes. All right. And then what you're going to do after that is you're going to paint them whatever colors you want and attach them. I used hot glue, which I think might have been a mistake, but I'm not entirely sure. It did leave little hot glue strings everywhere, which is the curse of hot glue. But, you know, I still like the way it turned out. So there is that one. And you know what? There we go. Now we've got our 6 little things. Now, what are these other ones for? These other ones are completely optional, but if you want more petals on your flower and or star, you're just going to hot glue those on these alternate areas. Just like that. I liked the way it looked, and you can trim them to whatever size you want. Like, I think this one is a little bit too long, so we're just going to trim off a little bit of it. This ends up making it look a little bit more like a flower. You know, kind of poinsettia looking. And then, yeah, you're just going to hot glue it all together with your little petals. And you could even take this further. You could add even more little petals going all the way around and just descending, making them smaller and smaller and smaller. I think that would be really, really pretty, and it might be something that I give a try. I don't know. We'll have to see how ambitious I'm feeling. But this gives you the basic idea. And then just like with the tree, you can paint it in whatever colors you want, you know, whatever matches your decor style. I went with blue and silver because I just really, really like blue and silver. So that's basically it. You're just going to add a little dollop of hot glue on each side after you get it painted, assemble it all together, and I did note that it kind of gets a little bit of a blob of glue in the middle, so I'll show you in a minute what I did to cover the blob of glue up, but that's about it. I think it's a lot of fun, though. We'll flip the camera back around, and I will show you the finished products. All right, now wasn't that a lot of fun? I think it was a lot of fun. Here is our little Christmas tree. I painted the base silver to kind of mimic a little snow field because I wanted this to look like not so much a Christmas tree as just a regular pine tree. But if you want it to be an actual Christmas tree, you could just paint little ornaments on it or little strings of light or anything like that. And I might do the one that I just cut out with you guys in that fashion. And then this is our toilet paper roll ornament. Let me see if I can get something behind it so that it shows up better. And yeah, I painted it in silver and blue. As you can see, it's very, very pretty. And it does not look, at least to me, like something that is made out of a toilet paper roll. And then I just put the little gift ribbon on the front because, like I said, it kind of has a little blobbo of glue in the middle that I didn't really like as much. But kind of a fun craft. I think it's very pretty. And I think I'm going to hang it over my mantelpiece there so that it will be in the future videos. So yeah, anyway, a couple more crafts. I think they're really, really cute and really, really sweet. And the thing that I like best about these is they stand so well. You can't even see that. There we go. It's just a cute little tree. And isn't that what Christmas is about? Just having fun, repurposing things. It doesn't always necessarily have to be about going out and spending all the money in the world. Sometimes you can make something really pretty out of a couple of used toilet paper rolls. Why not? Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me yet again. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you again tomorrow.